Man, what a game. It really was the game of the weekend.
Yeah, it was. That was the best. And it came down to that wire, man. Like, I guess the difference maker was really, I'd say the turnovers, obviously.
For sure.
Ravens had 2. What was it? 3? I know he had a pick and a fumble.
Pick, fumble, and Andrews had the fumble.
Yeah, I forgot Andrews had that fumble as well. That was big time. And then, man, the whole game, though, it just looked like the Bills were the better team. Like, their defense was, the Ravens had to fight for every yard, other than the third quarter, where they were rushing the ball very well. And then with the Bills on offense, it's just like 4 or 5 yards per play, every single play. Just
they were
chopping it down. And then once you get within 20 yards, once they get to the red zone, it's like, man, just call Josh Allen's number a couple times. And he's just going to barrel roll.
I noticed they would wait for the design quarterback draw until they got inside the 30.
Yeah.
Trying to limit the hits on him, I think, through the year was smart. What did you think about the Ravens going for 2 in the third quarter to try to tie it at 21?
I mean, at the time, I thought I would have done the same thing. You know, you don't want to be down by 1. You also, just with the snow going on, you don't know if anyone else is going to score again. So I think you kind of have to. You force yourself into it.
Right.
I liked it. I don't know if I liked the play. I don't know if I liked either 2-point conversion play. Like the second one should have worked. Andrew just dropped the ball, but there was a little bit of like a hesitation pump fake, which I think kind of threw him off a little bit. But yeah, I don't mind going for 2 on the first one. Did you think otherwise?
I understood it. In hindsight's 2020.
Yeah.
Now you see like, oh, that was a terrible play. I understood it. I was kind of 50-50 on it. It felt a little bit early just because it's kind of like going for the early onside kick when the odds are against you. You don't want to force the game yet.
Right.
So you were cruising, you were dominating. That felt like a big killer to the momentum. My main complaint on the 2-point conversions is that Derrick Henry didn't touch the ball on either of them.
Right.
On one of them, it should have been a read option of some sort, give a chance for the big man who was dominating that third quarter to try to get the ball and try to get the 2-point conversion. The second play call, like you said, was a good one. He just dropped it. I think I have it here.
Yeah, show that clip. That was, oh my gosh, that was the dagger to the heart for me, for the Heartbreak Bowl. That was it.
Let me see this live button.
Yeah, to your point on the first one, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, Derrick Henry's been killing it. Like, line up in I formation and just let him.
Right.
It'd been like 5 straight plays where they couldn't stop the run.
So here's a play. It's a little run pass option, and he's out in the flat. He's open. The pass is a good pass, good enough to catch. He just drops it. He maybe could have led him a little bit better, but I mean, it hits him right there. Drops it and it falls short. If you look right here, you know, he's sprinting out to the right. They got the wide hash mark, and you had 2 receivers right there, a third one running across the middle. You have 3 options basically. So the play call for me was fine. It was executed well. It was just dropped. He had the angle. He catches it. He falls in the end zone, and that's that. But unfortunately, it was a bad game for the old Ravens. You know, the senior citizen Ravens, if you will, because between that one and then I have a clip of the fumble if you want to see that too. Mark Andrews had the worst game of his career.
You want to know what that last 2-point conversion showed me too?
What's that?
If you watched it in slow-mo, he hesitates. He does like one pump. And then you know when you're like playing catch with somebody and they like do that, and it kind of makes you like get into that. Yeah, that is what happened. And Patrick Mahomes wouldn't have pump faked. He'd have thrown. Patrick
Mahomes wouldn't have needed a 2-point conversion. He probably would have.
He would have got the refs would have called pass interference on it. But
here's the other big play. Ravens driving. I mean, it's 2nd and 11, but they had moved the ball out to the 40. 8 minutes left. Big play in the game. Andrews over the middle. Lamar played, I thought, fine. And this is what gets me on this play.
Get down.
No, don't just get down. Freeze it right there. There we go. Look how much yardage he has if he turns upfield.
Yeah.
He has 5 more yards to go. And instead, he cuts it back and it gets the ball punched out. He was just trying to do too much. Like you said, should have either gotten down or should have turned it upfield, especially in the snow. I know you're trying to win. I know it's just, man, I feel so bad for Lamar in his 8 playoff games, 13 touchdowns, 11 turnovers, 3-5 record.
Man.
And the pick was awful. The pick he threw was just a bad throw. And he knew it too.
Yeah. And then, Andrews had a tough game, man. But they're just, you got to execute. It is the playoff. There's no room for error.
Yeah. Josh Allen, only 127 yards passing. But like you said, they
just enough.
They did more than they needed to.
Yeah. They
Josh
were
Allen had
just enough to move the ball. That especially, I felt like in the third quarter, they got way too conservative. They almost
tried to hold the lead.
Yeah, just kind of lost it that way. You know, you're up 21-10. Might as well put your foot on the neck, take a deep ball, something like that. Yep. But came down to the wire, and it is what it is. Bills move on. Bills Mafia, baby.
Let's go. Derrick Henry, only 16 carries. I would like to see it in that weather 2025. That's the reason you got him. So Bills move on. We'll face the Chiefs next week.